What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So over the past few months, even longer, the American people have been pushed around by Congress. Congress has been telling us stimulus is coming. Let's just wait. Nancy Pelosi came out and said the next stimulus package would be bigger, better, and retroactive. However, that was not the case. Now we are starting to hear reports that we could see this next stimulus package, a $1.9 trillion stimulus package with roughly $1 trillion in direct payments to the American people. This includes money for a $1,400 stimulus check, and this also includes $400 per week for an additional 28 weeks for unemployment benefits, plus a little bit more with renters assistance and things like that. Now, right now what we are hearing is that Bernie Sanders is telling us that we could see a stimulus package hit the floor of the House and the Senate this week, and in particularly possibly even Monday or Tuesday. Now, I want to watch the video with you that he did with, I think it's Anderson Cooper over on CNN. So let's go ahead and watch this video together, and then we will come back and we will talk about it. So here we go.
In the midst of this terrible economic crisis, we have got to get checks of $1,400 on top of the $600 that we already allocated out to every working class family in this country and to their kids as well. People are struggling to put food on the table, to avoid eviction, to go to the doctor. They need help now, and we need that total $2,000 package.
And you've been vocal that COVID relief has to happen fast, and if that means passing the bill through reconciliation, so be it. Can you just explain kind of in layman's terms exactly what reconciliation is and why you think that should be an option?
Well, from a political point of view, the most important point is that it only requires a majority vote. To pass significant legislation in the Senate, you need 60 votes. And frankly, we do not have 60 votes from Republicans to address the catastrophes that are impacting working families today. So the only way that we are going to deal effectively with the pandemic and get vaccines into the arms of people, increase vaccine production, the only way we're going to raise the minimum wage to a living wage so people are not working for starvation wages, the only way we're going to open up our schools in a way that is safe, the only way that we're going to put people back to work in restaurants and protect small businesses, the only way we're going to do that is the reconciliation. And we expect that we will have a budget bill on the floor as soon as Monday or Tuesday.
So right there, Bernie Sanders is saying that we are expecting this bill to be on the floor Monday or Tuesday. That's 2 days away. It's Saturday today. That is good news. Now, Bernie Sanders is not one of the people that is actually putting the bill together. He's not really one doing that. He is the chairman of the Senate Finance Committee, so right there, he does have a big part here, but he is not the one that's ultimately in there putting this whole thing together. He's helping, but he's not ultimately putting it together. So we do expect we are going to see this bill this week, but like Bernie Sanders said, that he believes the only way forward at this point is to provide this bill through a budget reconciliation. A lot of people are saying that no, this is not going to do it. President Biden has been very vocal, saying he wants to get bipartisan support on this bill. The problem is Republicans do not support this. Republicans have said multiple times, and as of right now, there is absolutely no senator, no Republican senator that has came out and said, I support a $1.9 trillion stimulus package. People like Mitt Romney have stated multiple times, okay, if you want to get bipartisan support on this bill, the only way to do that is to do it by splitting up the package. Splitting it up, doing standalone bills, piecemeal approach. That's the only way this is going to work. But Jen Psaki, the White House press secretary, and even President Biden himself have both stated that the Biden administration is not expecting to, and they do not want to, pass this through any type of standalone bill procedure. Yes, it might get more bipartisan support, but at the same time, many Democrats are coming out and saying that no, we do not need this. We do not need bipartisan support. We can pass this. We can get it through with a budget reconciliation. As of right now, again, these are just reports out as of this morning or this afternoon as well, on Saturday, January 30th. We're almost to the end of January. What we are hearing is that right now, there's a lot of people that still question, can state and local government funding be included in this package? It can. Okay, it can. As of the reports out of today are saying, yes, it can. The problem is it's going to make it very tricky how they put it in there. The wording is going to be key. So the language that's within this bill is going to be key because that will determine if state and local government funding will even be included. Democrats do not want to pass this bill if no state and local government funding is included. The other thing that is an issue is vaccine distribution funding. The funding for vaccine development, distribution, testing, tracing, and all those things right now is in question because, again, it comes down to the language, the wording, the verbiage. That is all highly important. So right now, what we see going on over the next few days is going to be critical. We could see a bill that we could see the text, the full text of this bill, and then we could also see, yeah, that can't pass. That will not work because of this piece of language. It will not work. So here's what we need to know. Here's what I want you to know is that what we are hearing right now is that some say even though a bill could land to this week, sometime this week, we could see a bill this week, does not mean it can ultimately be voted on. Again, that's what we're hearing. Bernie Sanders says, no, we're going to vote on this week. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer have both stated, we could see a vote on this in the House and the Senate later on this week. Hopefully we do. But here's what you need to know. Right now, until we see the text of this bill, we see the exact language of this bill, what we are hearing is this could ultimately come down to that language doesn't work. You have to adjust it. You have to make some tweaks. Now, who does that as of this point? I am not entirely sure. It could be the committees. My guess is it's going to be the committees, but then I think it still has to go to lawyers to make sure it's legal, what they are doing. I think it still has to go to the Congressional Budget Office to make sure there's funds, okay, to make sure that it's going to work. Right now, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen right now. But what I can tell you is what Bernie Sanders is saying is that he says the only way to deal with this pandemic, to get a actual livable $15 federal minimum wage, has to be through a budget reconciliation. And again, this is something that may not even pass. We have no clue how they're going to do this, but it comes down to the language. He also says getting the vaccines into the arms of the American people will come down to passing this bill through a budget reconciliation. Because again, Republicans do not support this. They do not support a $1.9 trillion stimulus package, and they do not support any bill that has a $15 federal minimum wage and $350 billion to state and local governments, which many Republicans say is only there to pretty much bail out poorly run Democratic states. We also know Bernie Sanders says we have to open up our schools. By opening up our schools, we will actually be able to get parents back to work. That is key. I know a lot of people that currently do not work who previously had full-time jobs, some of them which worked 2 jobs just to make it. They now have absolutely no job and no prospects because they cannot go to work because their children's schools are closed. That's a big issue. So he is saying, in order to deal with this pandemic, we have to open up schools. And he went on to say that we need to provide for the working class people. This means provide unemployment benefits, a $1,400 stimulus check in addition to that $600 stimulus check, which means it would take us to $2,000. Again, as of right now, what we know is that this bill is going to pass at some point. But what is included in this bill? How big is it? Is it going to be 1.9 or will it be less because some things can't actually go through the budget reconciliation? Here, we know it's going to pass. We know unemployment benefits will pass. That's a guarantee. It's going to pass. Whether it's $400, $300, $600, whether we see it go for 3 months, 6 months, or an additional 28 weeks all the way till September 30th, that we do not know. We do know there will be a $1,400 stimulus check. There are some rumors that there's a chance we could see something higher, but as of right now, that's not likely. There is a chance, and again, I mentioned this in the video I did earlier this morning. If you didn't get a chance to watch that, click the first link down in the description box below. You can check it out there. But what we were hearing this morning, again, we're still hearing the same thing, is this group of progressives, they may want to hold off and pretty much hold up stimulus negotiations and talks and hold up passing a budget reconciliation by saying, no, we will not vote on this. We will not support this bill. And again, these are over 50, I think there's like 54 progressive Democrats, okay, progressives in the House that are saying, no, we will not vote on this unless you put in that we get a monthly stimulus check. Or they could agree, okay, maybe not monthly, but let's increase it a little bit. Let's do $2,000 stimulus checks in addition to those $600 checks. Right now, what we're hearing is we are going to have answers this week. We know that. We know Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, President Biden, and even Bernie Sanders have all stated we're going to see something this week. What's in it? That is what we currently do not know. And that's what's going to be very interesting, possibly exciting, maybe maddening this week, is what will be in it. What will the American people actually get? Will we see a full $1 trillion go to the American people? Or are they going to take from the American people and to give it to businesses and other needs? Right now, we just don't know. All we know is Bernie Sanders says in possibly 2 days on Monday, we could see this bill hit the Senate floor. We could see this bill also hit the House floor. Nancy Pelosi is expected to actually come out and say a little bit more about this. Hopefully we hear more from her tomorrow. If not, my guess is we will hear more from her and a lot more from her early on this week. So here's what I want you to know. Right now, Congress is working. Not everybody in Congress, but some people in Congress, mainly in the committees, are working to put this bill together. Again, the Biden administration came out very weak. Now, I'm not bashing President Biden. I'm not bashing the Biden administration. I'm just stating the facts. They came out extremely weak. They came out very strong with executive orders. They came out very strong there. However, they came out very weak when it came to this stimulus package. They gave us an outline, and it was a very rough outline at best. So, they are trying to make up for this past week because we lost 1 week because they were not ready. And now they're actually blaming it on President Trump and the Trump administration that they were lied to, that the COVID relief was nowhere near where it needed to be. The vaccinations, that there was a lot of vaccines that were pretty much sitting in limbo just waiting to go out. There was actually nothing. We were dry. There was absolutely nothing. So right now the Biden administration is actually blaming the Trump administration for their misrepresentation of the COVID issue. Right now I can tell you it doesn't matter how many vaccines were available. It does not matter what the former administration did. If you do not come out and provide a detailed outline of what is going to be in the next stimulus package, that your administration is currently saying, this will be the package. We are not negotiating. This is the package. This is our compromise. If you come out and you did this a week ago, the American people would probably be fine. But being that there's so many questions, that's where the American people are currently struggling is, are we going to get a $1,400 stimulus check? Who's going to get it? Will people on unemployment get a $400 boost per week? Will it only go to March 14th and through September 30th? How's it going to work? Will it be retroactive to December 27th? Could we see a retroactive unemployment all the way back to August? Right now, we don't know. There's a lot of rumors. There's a lot of speculation, but that's about it. So, what I can tell you right now, I am going to continue to dig in, figure out exactly what is going on here because I know a lot of you guys have questions. You got a lot of questions on Social Security. I'm going to get to the bottom of that. I promise you that. We have a lot of questions on, will people that owe back child support get a stimulus check? Because a lot of people did not. Will you get a stimulus check? I'm going to answer that question for you probably in the video later on tonight. We have a lot of questions on things like rental assistance. When's it coming? Are we going to ever see it? I can tell you right now, it is slowly starting to be rolled out. They are going through applications in certain states. However, the majority of states have not set anything up. It's a complete disaster. So I will have more answers for you there as well. So what I can tell you again, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I'm going to try to answer you guys' questions. If you have more questions, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. I will read through all of them, probably in the next hour or so, and I will get to those questions, as many as I can, in the next video. So I just want to thank you guys for watching. Bear with me. I'm going to try to bring out as much information, try to give you as many answers as I possibly can. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing so I can continue to keep you updated on everything that's going on, and I'll see you guys on the next one.